So I guess it's no secret anymore. They leaked the story long before they told me they would. This is my last board meeting as a board member. I decided to resign. Thank so many of you people the last week have sent me mail and phone calls supporting me, and I appreciate that. If I have to call you back, sorry. I do want everybody to know there's nobody to be angry at, though. This is not, nobody forced me to do this. The borough president was very supportive. This is something I chose to do myself. I had decided some time ago not to reapply in April. I lost my father in January and I lived in July. And some things with the business I'm doing took off in August. And so I was not reapplying anyway, and just like the latest controversy, it seemed unfair to the incoming. And after our president is a wonderful person, I think will want the job to put her in a position of having to defend me or not defend me. That being said, I'd just like to say a few things. The greatest honor I had in my life was the 4 years I served as chair of this board. I've always said that, and I'll always say it, and I'm appreciative to all of you who gave me that opportunity. And for all of those who worked with us and did everything with the rezoning and SPURA, it's the greatest accomplishment that I'll ever be involved with in my life. And I'm so proud of what we did with this community to accomplish those tasks. And I can never really put words to folks how much it meant to me to be part of that. I'd just like to thank a few people also. It's been 14 years. I'm sure I will forget folks, but I want to thank Margaret Lopez, who really sort of salvaged me when I was 27 or 28, and being mostly a goof off and inspired me back to service, like my mother had always taught me. I want to thank Susan Stetzer, who, we had it was a luxury but a fearful thing, because I became chair at the same time she became DM. And so all of a sudden it was like, oh no, what do we do now? And so she, though, had such a can-do attitude and was so organized and was so just, this is it. It made me believe. And I felt like we accomplished great things, and none of that would have been there without that spirit and that attitude. When we got to rezoning, two really unsung heroes in rezoning that just never get mentioned, I feel like, were Andy Berman, who was just a genius, and he spoke PCP language, and we would have never gotten what we did without him. And Harvey Epstein, I think Harvey Epstein has been this unsung hero in a lot of ways on this board. He had to play bad cop for all those years, and that's really an emotionally debilitating thing to have to be. But he was great. He always pushed for what was right. And I'll tell you, in the end, too, nobody knows what actually goes on in the streets like Harvey. And he was invaluable at the closing of the rezoning, and as was Rosie, who got so much stuff for us at the end of the rezoning, more than I ever thought we would get. When we got to SPURA, there's just so many people in SPURA that meant a lot, but I always felt like Rabbi Ginsburg, who's not here tonight, I know, and Harriet Cohen, they had the moments that meant so much to me. There was a moment when I realized they had bought in, each of them individually, and that was sort of, yeah, we can do this moment. Dominic, when I was going out as board chair, he was coming in, I was like, we got to SPURA, we got to SPURA. And it would have been so easy for him to say, I don't want that controversy for the next 4 years. But he was like, absolutely, man, that's great, let's try to do it. And, totally the most selfless person and absent of ego that I've ever known as Dominic. It was such a pleasure to work with you. Also, I skipped to you when I first became chair. Richard Obiak and Ann Johnson were so great for me. They were always there for me. And Richard, I think you're here somewhere. Most of what I did in chairing a meeting I stole from you. Just your whole manner and the way you brought things together in parts. And I thought that's the way we should do it. So many people to thank on Spura. It's just amazing. Linda Jones, of course, has been another good reason for design. She's been carrying me for a long time, and like 98% of the work as housing chair, and just didn't just carry the ball over the goal line, she carried me with it. I know I'm forgetting something. I think we're in a great situation down here where we have the best elected representatives we've had since I've been coming to meetings. Both our city council people, our assembly people, our state senator, the borough president, we're all great to work with. Oh, and the zoning, Amanda Bird, what a class act. She was so easy to do business with. Even when she told you something you didn't want to hear, you knew it was the truth, and you knew that's where she was coming from. And Edith Chen, who was just remarkable. We would never done it without them. And likewise, when Dom and I kind of started talking about trying to get the Spura thing together, and EDC came to us, I was like, oh yeah, EDC. And I thought, never happened. And they're like, and Madam Mills is in charge of it. It never happened. And we went to this meeting, and she was the most disarming person at that meeting. I mean, she was great, and she rolled out David Court, who has become like the face of New York City to us now. And was a great face, I think, and one of those people that is just so honest that even when he's in an awkward position, it feels okay because of how he's been. I guess that's most of it. I want to thank Lisa Kaplan also. You've always expected more of me than I thought I could deliver, and I appreciate that. You always set the bar high. I think we have a great board now, some great young members. For those of you who missed the Spura press conference Wednesday morning, I thought Gigi stole the show and made us all really, really proud. She was the only speaker without notice, and was on point about everything. And I think we have a great future moving forward. That's about it. I would like to say that any of you that in this world, even if you're not in this room, that I may have felt wronged me or mistreated me in the past, on this day I forgive all of you. And if there are any of you that feel wronged or mistreated by me, I hope you forgive me. So, good night. God bless you all, and I love each and every one.